It's early morning, 17th of March 2022, St. Patrick's Day, or as we used to call it growing up in Ireland, Paddy's Day. I believe that is not politically correct anymore, but that's a complete aside to what I actually want to talk about today. If I were to go out skiing later on today, I would probably see people, as I often have, skiing with big tricolours, the green, white and gold flowing behind them, as if they are Irish superheroes. There will be St. Patrick's Day parades all over the world today, COVID permitting. And there will be people feeling particularly proud to be Irish today. It's a programme. It is, dare I say it, an accident of birth. And for some people who are only half Irish, quarter Irish, or 1/20th Irish, it isn't an accident of birth. It is tribalism. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with, for example, cheering the Irish rugby team, if that is what turns you on. Depends on who they're playing. I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with being proud of being Irish, but you need to recognise it for what it is. If you look at the really old writings pre the development of agriculture in the evolutionary trajectory of humanity, you will find that in those days, and I'm kind of loosely quoting from some of those writings that go back maybe 12,500 years, that in those days we simply knew what was the right thing to do, and everything we did helped each other around us. There was no tribalism. It is only with the dawn of agriculture that some people in some little cluster said, well, we have our herd here and they have another herd there. We want what's theirs. And suddenly you have this friction, and you know where that friction has led to in the millennia that have followed. We often talk in these videos about your programming, my programming, and the fact that you might think that you are stupid or shy or wonderful, or whatever you think you are, whatever your conceptual self is made of, if I can put it like that, in terms of the psychological snapshots that have made you think what you think you are. But at the base of our particular, individual, unique programs and snapshots that we have is a shared snapshot, or a number of shared snapshots. One of the most fundamental shared snapshots that we all have is that I'm from this country, or I'm from that tribe. Now, we could talk about this in the context of religion as well, but we won't go there at the moment, because religion is a subject all of its own that we probably be better off not talking about. Far more inclined to talk about spirituality, which is an entirely different thing. The key point in this video is that the programs that we have are like a pyramid of programs. There's a hierarchy of programs. It's like a pyramid. Right at the top, I have the stuff that refers to me and me alone. My very personal stuff that is deep-seated and I held dear until I realised it had nothing to do with who I really am. And off down the bottom is this more shared stuff. You need to be aware of that. And whilst, no doubt, a lot of people who are Irish, or claim to be by association today, will have what we call in Ireland the crack. We need to be aware of the fact that we, wherever we come from, partly are clouded in our vision of other people as a result of those shared cultural snapshots.